Hey there, so there was this recent post on the Oculus subreddit asking if anyone's made a UE4 game template for the Rift. So I thought I'd chuck my 2 cents in and have a go at trying to make one. So when you download it and install it in the templates folder, when you create a new project you get this Rift first person template, which is basically just a mash together of all the things that I kind of generally use when I'm starting in a new Rift game in UE4. So we create just Rift game, I guess we'll call it. Just create the new project. Let this one load. It should work in 4.1 and 4.2. I've tested it both. So I'll just give you a quick rundown of kind of what everything is. So firstly we have we have 3 character controllers. We have, I'll just make it a little bit easier to see. That's a bit better. So we have my character Exploration with head bob enabled. So Exploration is kind of like what I generally like to see in most demos. It's kind of, you've got this full body instead of something like the shooter where you just have the arms. And it's kind of, it's alright, it works for shooters, but it's meant for just mouse input. So like, because you have decoupled viewing in the Rift, when you look down you see you have no body, whereas if it was an actual shooter game, you can't see that because your arms are locked to your body. So, we also have no head bob, which is the same as head bob, but just, you know, the camera's not attached to the bones of the face. So, generally, I have set up the no head bob. It works. It's kind of like best practices probably. So I'll just give it all. I'll show you a couple of things first. So we have, if I go into the processing, it's kind of the boring bit, but so we have all the bloom and stuff turned down just because of the stereo rendering. It gets kind of funky when you try and do it. So that should be all good. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Alright, so first things you met with is kind of look controls. So a lot of demos actually use these, and so I thought I'd just create a couple of blueprints to show this off where, you know, just as a witty remark when you're looking at it and highlights around the edges. So the next thing is this kind of mirror setup. So this is the character controller. But you can see I've set up decoupling of the head, and I've also set it up so the character head actually moves with the Rift display. So yeah, this is just like animation offsets, like blend spaces. I can show you that in a little bit. The next thing I have, as I try and control this, is the screen percentage values. So these are pretty important in like Rift games. So if I increase these, so I mean you probably can't see that much of a quality increase, but I can decrease it and you can definitely see a quality decrease. So this helps with frame rate, as you can see over there, or you can't see because it's so low that it doesn't even make sense. 130 is kind of the standard Unity demo, is actually around 130, 137-ish. So generally I think UE4 is set up to be like 175-ish. This is probably why some people have noticed that frame rates can be pretty bad in UE4 demos, just because they're rendering a lot higher resolution. So 130 is kind of nice for DK1. The next is distortion scale. So I can change these and you can kind of get a sense of what it does. It makes the image like a lot better quality when you view it in the Rift, but again it kind of destroys your field of view. So 1.3 is kind of, again, that kind of Unity standard. And you set your frames per second.